Good evening, everyone. This is Wayne, and this is the video version of the trade report for Thursday, May 10th, 2018. Well, by all outward appearances, it would seem as if the bull is back. But with NVIDIA's earnings report after the close, we may have a little more work to do. Stay tuned to find out more. Greetings, everyone, and thank you once again for joining me as I go over the action and activity in the financial markets today. Well, I have a chart of the VIX, which you have probably come to know very, very well. And you can see that the VIX closed below the 200-day moving average. So that, of course, means that the markets went higher today. And we had a very nice move to the upside. As you can see, in all markets, we had a little bit of a sideways move into the close, and in the extended session, we are moving a little bit lower. Now, the reason we're moving lower in the extended session is because of a little stock called NVIDIA. Now, NVIDIA had its earnings report tonight, and you can see it's had a nice move to the upside over the last six trading sessions. Very nice move, as a matter of fact. However, it did not please the market in its earnings report, and I have no idea what. There it goes, much better. But what I want to show you is what's happening now. So the close was up here, and now we have a move down in NVIDIA after reporting its earnings. Closed at about $260 a share, currently trading at about $255 a share, so about 2% lower, which isn't a disaster, but the expectation was that NVIDIA was going to beat. In other words, that it would go higher after it reported its earnings. The problem with that is a lot of the sentiment in today's move to the upside was built around the expectation of NVIDIA's earnings. So that will put a little bit of pressure on the market, will probably put enough pressure on the market to convince market participants to begin selling the market a little bit. Now, before you go, oh no, but we've just come up so far, and yes, we have. We've come up a lot, actually. Over 100 S&P points in the last 6 trading sessions, over 1,000 Dow points in the same period of time. In fact, the Dow closed in the green for the year again today. You think about it, it's been about almost 4.5 months, and the Dow is just going positive for 2018. Now, it's been there before, but not consistently. So here we are once again. We're positive for the year. We need to keep it now. And this market is giving us signs and clues that are leading us to believe that we will. The VIX being lower, new highs in stocks. That continued today, by the way. Apple made a new high on the day. I don't know if Amazon did or not. It was going in and out of the red today. It actually did close green. So Amazon, another new high today. We talked about Intel yesterday, and I think Intel gave us a new high today. Yes, it did. NVIDIA gave us a new high today, but as I said, now it's going lower because of missing some metric in their earnings report. And again, the market is going lower now in the extended session as a result of that. However, I believe that given how far we've come in such a short period of time, this is actually a healthy move for the market. I really believe that a move lower from here is in keeping with a healthy accumulation cycle. Now, I mentioned yesterday that the accumulators are in the market, and they still are. But accumulators also sell. Accumulators take profits, and another name for taking profits is selling. So, right now, accumulators are taking profits. So, I firmly believe this is nothing to quote-unquote worry about, and I think that a move back down to 2,700 in the S&P would be in keeping with what would be considered a healthy move to the downside. So we've got a VIX that went lower today. We've got markets, all of them, that went higher today. When I say markets, I mean indexes. And we have stocks that made new highs yesterday, making new highs yet again today. So we had high expectations for kind of a market darling, NVIDIA, and it missed its earnings, and now the market is getting a little bit of selling going on. Well, in my opinion, the market needed to get a little selling going on anyway. So this just gives it a reason to do it. In no way, shape, or form do I think that we've lost traction, we're going to crash, all of the concerns that would be reasonable to have cross your mind in a situation like this because of what we've been through. But where we are now versus where we have been and where we've come from, we are very much moving bullishly in an accumulation cycle that will in all likelihood take us higher. But there is a need to make a few stops along the way and to pull back and to consolidate, kind of integrate the up moves. So in my opinion, this is all good. My market thesis is that we're still going higher and that there really is, quote unquote, no worries. Now, this of course is all in keeping with what I believe will occur, barring any unknown binary events that might find their way into the market scheme, which is always a possibility. And as I've mentioned before, even more so with the current state of affairs in our nation and in our world. So, all of that being said, we've taken a look at the indexes. I've shown you NVIDIA, and I've shown you the VIX, which is the all-important metric, in my opinion, for measuring what I call the veracity percentage of a market move. So the veracity percentage today was decidedly bullish, and it still is, even with this down move in the extended session. We know why the market's moving down. It's just having a little bit of a pout fest because NVIDIA didn't make its earnings. So let it get it out of its system. It's healthy. It's good. It's processing. And we will ultimately go higher. So with that, I am going to keep this relatively short. There's really no stocks or charts that I want to go over today. I'm going to start doing some strategy charts. And I hesitate to say they'll be teases, but basically what I'm going to be doing is showing you charts that I've taken positions in and why I've taken positions in them. Basically giving you my trade thesis and my trade and the strategy behind it and, how it's working. This will be kind of a one-off that I do a couple times a week, but I will have a service that I provide that you will have an opportunity to be a part of, and that is through that Patreon site that I mentioned, patreon.com. That's patreon.com, and I am setting up my space in there. I mentioned that last week, and I would really love for you all to be a part of it. It is definitely a membership type community, and that's the key right there. It's a community. It definitely has business overtones because there is the transfer of money, but what you pay is your choice. I know that sounds wild. It'll all become clear, and I'll do a video on Patreon as well. But I have had a lot of interest from many of you who watch my videos and who are part of my Facebook group. How can I get more of what you do? How can we learn to do what you're doing the way that you do it and make, and be successful in the financial markets? And I have had, people reach out to me not only to have that information, but also to become my coaching clients and to have a very focused session of one-on-one. So all of these things are going to be made available in this Patreon platform and in the Trade Alerts community. And I'm really excited about this because it gives me an opportunity to work with all of you. And it's not just not just a cold business, you pay me, I give you what you pay for, and we go on our merry ways. No, we partner with one another. We become a community. And that is what it's all about. And when traders work with one another in a community setting, everyone gets better at what they do. And obviously, the offshoot of that is profitability occurs as a natural extension of the energy that's conveyed as a result of the community all coming together. And I have the experience, the desire, the know-how, and gosh knows the energy to do that. And it's my next step. I love the coaching. I love doing this, providing the videos and the information. And I'm super jazzed, as you can probably tell. So anyway, that's pretty much where I'm at today as it relates to this video. And as I will be doing a strategy video, and then I'll be doing kind of a Patreon introduction video as well, just to kind of get everyone up to speed, let you know how you can get involved, and learning more about the involvement. So with that, trade safe, trade what you see if you choose to trade at all. Good night and good trading.